You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about the Arizona Cardinals because we got breaking news. The other day, Steve Keim, the general manager, took an indefinite leave of absence, and, well, it's permanent. He's not coming back to the Arizona Cardinals. Many suspect because Kyler Murray is out with an ACL really late in this season, he probably will not play next season. That's the speculation. Kyler won't play at all next year, and many feel like this is going to be, even before this came out, this was going to be a blow it up. Keim's gone, Kingsbury's gone, the whole thing. But, guys, this gets crazy. Absolutely crazy. This news is just breaking that they are parting ways permanently, okay? That's just part of the story here, and this is just wild. The indefinite medical leave of absence Cardinals GM Steve Keim recently commenced reportedly will be permanent. Via Jonathan Jones of CBS, Keim and the Cardinals are expected to part ways in the offseason. This is Florio, and it's from about 20 minutes ago. Keim signed an extension through 2027 earlier this year, along with Coach Kliff Kingsbury, an extension nobody understood. The duration of the contracts, coupled with the absence of any details whatsoever about the terms of the deal, created suspicion for some that they weren't ironclad or fully guaranteed or particularly lucrative relative to the market. Kingsbury's future could be determined by a new GM, or Kingsbury could be fired, with the Cardinals having a clean slate for 2023. Keim has been the GM since 2013. He survived some bad seasons, along with a suspension following a DUI. The Cardinals have made it to the playoffs 3 times under Keim. They advanced to the NFC Championship in 2015 and lost in the divisional round the other 2 times. Okay, well, this is where things get really interesting. This was yesterday. Some are trying to suggest that Sean Kugler, quote, has a mistaken identity claim, is a reference to Steve Keim. Now, if you're wondering who's Sean Kugler, he was the offensive line coach for the Arizona Cardinals when they played the 49ers a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Football, and he was fired for supposedly groping a woman. Well, guess what? He's got a lawyer, and he is adamant about, quote-unquote, clearing his name. And you may be like, what? Well, some people are starting to wonder if there is a correlation between Keim taking a leave of absence and now not coming back and Kugler, okay? And you may be like, wait, what? We'll get to that. There's an interesting situation brewing in Arizona where fired Kugler files request for arbitration while mentioning the possibility of a mistaken identity. Back in November, Arizona Cardinals offensive line coach, run game coordinator Sean Kugler was sent home from Mexico City and was subsequently fired a few days later by head coach Kliff Kingsbury and the organization. The decision to send Kugler home from the game came following allegations surfaced that he inappropriately touched a female while traveling with the team. Well, earlier this week, the law firm of Shields Petiti, representing Kugler, filed a request for arbitration. The law firm calls the allegations made by their client as flat out false and states the Cardinals dismissed Kugler without a thorough investigation and without interviewing him about the alleged incident. Yikes. The allegations against Coach Kugler are simply untrue and have caused Sean, his wife, and family enormous personal and professional damage, stated Michael Petiti, Shields Petiti. Quote, the coach and his family have been desperate to understand from the Cardinals front office and others what rationale or evidence was used to terminate him for cause. Wow, they didn't even do an investigation? Kugler's statement in the press release is largely what you would expect in this situation, but take note of the part we decided to bold. Representing women is a core value for me and something that I have instilled in my children and the players that I coach. Coach Kugler said, the mysterious allegations by the Cardinals are untrue, and I want to clear my name. Be it miscommunication, and this is where it gets real interesting, or mistaken identity, my family and I will cooperate and honestly with the NFL, Cardinals, and any other agency to get to the truth in this matter and restore my reputation. There are incredible people that work in the game, from league level to my players, fellow coaches, incredible support staff. I just want to get back to doing what I love and would like my family to have peace. Surely the intentional mention of miscommunication or mistaken identity was no accident. Could this be a case of mistaken identity? This is interesting. On December 14th, the exact same day that Shields Petiti law firm filed the request for arbitration, Cardinals GM Steve Keim decides to take a leave of absence, citing health-related reasons. Seems odd, right? Maybe a mere coincidence. Looking at below photos of Kugler and Keim side by side, could Kugler mention a possible mistaken identity have some merit to it? For what it's worth, Ian Rappaport shares the following from the Cardinals. As an ongoing legal matter, we are going to refrain from comment, other than to say the team is confident the process will result in a much different set of facts than those presented today, and that is a good cause to terminate Mr. Kugler's employment. Taking the timeline account, you be the judge until a full and thorough investigation is done. This is Keim. This is Kugler. Right here. Okay? I mean, I guess you could say, it looks like two bald dudes that are bigger, both with goatees. This is interesting. And the craziest part about this, Ian Rappaport grabbed this story that we're talking about right here, Football Scoop. Ian Rappaport, who works for the NFL, and retweeted this out. Okay? So, I can't believe we're even thinking about this, but this is where we are going. Many first became aware that former Cardinals offensive line Sean Kugler had filed an arbitration claim. Brett McMurphy, a college football insider with the Action Network, he worked for the ESPN for a long time. McMurphy retweeted the press release from the law firm representing Kugler, and McMurphy mentioned the mistaken identity suggestion. Okay? So in case you're wondering where all of this was going right now, it is going down the road. It looks like it might be going down the road that the Cardinals might have fired the wrong guy. Is that what's going on here? That's what certainly is being insinuated, that maybe whoever accused Kugler or pointed him out, however it went down, that maybe they got the guy wrong and it was really the general manager, Steve Keim, of the Arizona Cardinals. That's what's being suggested here. The most jarring development, Rappaport first reported Keim's leave of absence by retweeting the article that links Keim and Kugler. Rappaport arguably legitimizes the theory that currently has no basis in fact, or maybe his intention was to shoot it all down. Regardless, it's all strange. It's hard to imagine that the team would have made such a mistake, especially given the full-throated denial issued by the Cardinals in response to Kugler's press release. Then again, it's the Cardinals. Wow. Given the never-ending roller coaster that's been 2022 calendar year, they have entered the conversation for the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. If there's truly nothing to the baseless speculation that someone may have mistaken Keim for Kugler, someone needs to say so loudly, clearly, and sooner than later. Yeah, so that's what Florio followed that up with. His point is there should be a denial from the top of the hill by the Cardinals, and now all of a sudden Keim is gone? I don't know, but that is absolutely insane. I mean, that's nuts. That we're going down a road right now where the Cardinals GM that is now permanently gone, that it is very much being insinuated the wrong person may have gotten fired with the Cardinals and they fingered the wrong guy in the offensive lineman when it might have been the general manager. Wow, what a dumpster fire. What an absolute dumpster fire and embarrassment. It's a dumpster fire and embarrassment that this is even being talked about right now. That this could even be a thing. But that's very odd that, yeah, all of a sudden he's going on a leave of absence the very day that this came out. And now he's not ever coming back. Wow. And you've got the offensive line coach filing a suit and making it clear, I'm innocent, and we're fixing to prove it. Yikes. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.